Today we found out that Anatolii Golyshev is being placed on unconditional waivers to have his contract terminated so he can return to the KHL. And that's ridiculous. This should not have ever come to this point this early. Anatolii Golyshev shouldn't already be on a plane headed towards the KHL. The Islanders have really bungled this, in my opinion. It started off really well. Anatolii Golyshev signed by the Islanders, finally coming over from Russia. And then you have during training camp, Barry Trotz going out of his way to praise Anatolii Golyshev.
Well, I'll say this. I've been coaching for a few years and been in a lot of training camps. I will say this about goalie. Goalie has brought it from day one to now. Like every day, you could probably say he might be the hardest working guy. Up with the 2 or 3 guys that put in the absolute max effort all the time. He is the most detailed player that I've ever had, who probably doesn't understand the language, but is so detailed in terms of some of the systematic stuff, some of the execution stuff. Practice execution when you don't speak the language. He's really sharp that way. So those are the a couple things that stand out from a overall standpoint. And his game has some substance. He's always around the puck. He's always around the goal. Probably hasn't had as much production as maybe he did in the KHL, but has an effect on the play all the time. It's been very, very effective.
Those are some pretty good and strong positive comments about Anatolii Golyshev through training camp. And between then and when he was finally called up to the NHL, he put up 5 goals at the AHL level. For a team that was starved for goals, it seemed finally the Islanders are going to give one of these veteran prospects a chance at the NHL level. And then that chance never came, because according to Barry Trotz, he wasn't there yet. What? What does he need to do? Right? Like, instead of playing Anatolii Golyshev, they played Andy Andreoff, who's fine, I guess, replacement level player. We already know that. He is well established in terms of what he is at the NHL level, which is probably why Barry Trotz played him, right? Because he knows what he's getting out of him rather than an unknown. But the Islanders were losing. Right, there is no reason to not play Anatolii Golyshev. See what you've got. This is the time, or that was the time. You are depleted. You are injured. You are ill. You are just running on empty. Why not see what you have out of this guy? And they just didn't. I can't blame Anatolii Golyshev for being like, look, I came over here to play. I brought my entire family to play because I had the belief that I might get a chance. And when that chance finally came, he's not given that chance for reasons. Yeah, I'd be pissed too, and I'd go back too. Like, he can probably make the same amount of money in Russia, right? He was on $750,000 at the NHL level. He can make that money going to Russia, no problem. And then he gets to go back to where he's from, and he likes being in Russia. Why not? This is a wildly missed opportunity by the New York Islanders. And I'm not trying to suggest that Anatolii Golyshev would be the big difference maker for these New York Islanders. He might be. They don't know. They're never going to know because they never decided to try for no good reason other than he's not ready. What does that even mean? Why did you call him up if he's not even ready? I don't understand that. And none of us ever will. It's unfortunate that it's come to this point, but here we are. Anatolii Golyshev came over from Russia, never got a chance at the NHL, and is then going back and never to be seen again. It's a missed opportunity by the Islanders that I just, and you as well, probably will never understand. Again, it's not to say that why aren't you playing the next coming of Wayne Gretzky? It's why aren't you playing a guy to see what he's got who could be a solid middle 6 guy? Why aren't you trying at the very least? But now they'll never know if you could be even more than that or not. It's a wasted opportunity now that he's going back to Russia. Spasiba, Anatolii Golyshev. That's all we can say.